Hello, fight fans! I know that you guys are all stoked for this right now, and who better to have than a dream team on commentary? A dream. We have the queen on tracker. So let me get these introductions going. On the left side, all of you guys, give it up for the one and the only AnimusUnited, a person who knows how to roll seeds that are unbeatable. He loves to go into meat mode, and that's what this is all about. His opponent is Patrick, who is champion of a whole heap of things that I can't remember at the moment, but he likes to go meet. So both of them are going to be road runners for you tonight. On tracking, we have the queen of Hera Basementlandia, the master of Misery Mire. You better get her permission if you want a mirror shield in Hera Basement, the one and only Royale with cheese. On commentary, we've got the guru, the man who knows just about everything there is to know about Zelda 2, and that's Mirai. And the other comp for tonight is one of the greatest restreamers for a channel we cannot name, but he is awesome at commentary as well. One and only Drosy. So, everybody, sit back, relax. I'm gonna start this up. You guys, Mirai, Drosy, let's go and take this on.
All right. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome, Drosy. Last minute slide in here. How we doing?
Hey, I'm good. Definitely excited for this. I can't believe we're seeing these runners as a 2-1 match, which means one of them is going to be 2-2 after this.
Yeah, it's whoever gets that third win tonight is going to clinch their spot into the brackets, and the other one is going to have to hope for a win next week.
Yeah, both runners you expect to see in brackets, though.
Yes, definitely. Tonight, before we get started here, we're about to drop the flag in a moment. We've got a custom flag set I just want to talk about for a half a second. First of all, we don't have a vanilla shuffle DM or vanilla DM in the mix. There's going to be none of that. So we're going to have a standard non-vanilla biome for Death Mountain, assuming we even have to see it and go there. And on top of that, we've got Dash Always On in this one.
Oh, wow. I guess they're really allowed to pick anything as long as they agree to the flags and still have 6 gems, right?
Yeah, there's probably some things that aren't really allowed that change a little too much, but these are kind of behind the scenes, I guess not that big of a deal, and we're going to see them speeding around all race long.
So speedy, I did not catch what Patrick found was the spell in Mido.
Neither did I.
We'll see it from Animus here. Jump.
And we have a mountainous biome here. We're locked in with the mountains around the edges and everything. So this will be kind of a slog, maybe, probably. That's how mountainous biomes tend to feel. So this one might go a little slower outside of caves and side-scrolling areas.
Meanwhile, that's either P3 or P6 right next to the start.
Getting a little grinding action going on here. I didn't see how much the first Iron Knuckle, I think that actually the first Iron Knuckle killed him. Only 70.
Yeah, not a good way to grind.
Now, this guy's maximum 200, I think, in this flag set. We're using an average experience flag for this tournament. But 70.
So they can roll
bad.
up or down by 2, so I guess as low as 50 or as high as 200.
Yeah. Got ourselves a medicine cave here. About to find a magic container in medicine cave. Not the same looking container from vanilla, but a similar looking one.
And Ruto has reflect, so we will need to find the trophy.
Yeah, we've got, for anyone who was new to watching this, just tuning in and whatnot, our standard flag set has the need for both of our runners to place all 6 gems in all 6 palaces before they can get into the final palace. And once we're in the final palace, we will have to fight Thunderbird before getting to Darklink. That's what makes it more or less standard. So we're going to need Reflect for P4 and Thunder for Thunderbird in the final palace.
And the trophy hint was in the east.
Oh, well, that could be a handful of places. I guess we'll find out where that is. That was also in the East in last night's race between Level Engine and trails, so we'll see if it mimics that. Not that that has any bearing on anything. It's always just interesting to kind of watch the races and see how there's similarities between each of the races when they happen back-to-back or in the same week and whatnot.
And I believe that palace we just found is the other one of 3 and 6, yes?
Yeah. So we got 3 and 6, one right by start, one west of start, and then wherever this other one's at, well, I guess we'll find out soon enough.
Candle in the east, I suppose mildly useful information.
Yeah, no, I mean, not too... something that we're not seeking out, I would say, most people not seeking out, but when you have it, I would say it just makes everything a little bit easier. I guess that depends on the levels that you're also heading to the east and how soon you find it. You find it last item location on the east, it's like, yeah, I don't know, it didn't need this.
Animus managing to collect some levels there while Patrick is still on 112.
Was that from a P bag? I wasn't...
Yeah, he found a 200 P bag, so
Okay.
that gave him an attack level, and then he just grinded out another life level.
So we didn't see Animus hit up Medicine Cave, so that's Big Picket still has that +1 magic container that Animus does not have, and so we're both in Heart Container Cave here, and there's, of course, a red die right here in the middle.
Orange Dyer's leaving 100, which isn't bad. But
Red
yeah,
Dyer's leaving
they
some
both get taken down by that red Dyer, hardly surprising. Oh, and a Moblin chucking spears. 2 magic containers already in the west.
Heart Container there in Heart Container Cave. We'll see if Patrick goes back in there. He does, okay. Oh, he might get the extra 100 here, or what did you say, 100, 150 from the orange ones? Okay, 100, that'll get him his
Yeah, the orange and red Dyers are actually reversed. The orange are 100 in this, and red 70.
Okay. Yeah, that's not worth it for the Reds for sure. Patrick opting to get that attack level over the life level there, going in on the red Dyra, and now got killed so hard that it looked like his stream kind of froze for a second. Oh, he had it.
Oof. Yeah, and we haven't seen any big P-bag drops either, so it's not necessarily going to be a seed where we can just easily grind levels.
Yeah, that's a thing. We have a standardized drop pool, which means both of our runners are going to see the same drops at the exact same time upon kills on the small and large enemy drop groups. We're not guaranteed to have. There's like a whole slew of things that could be present in the drop pool, but the randomizer, of course, randomizes that, and whatever's present is whatever's present. I missed what was in the pillar/P-bag cave here. Oh, magic keys, looks like, according to our tracker.
Oh, wow, that's a nice early find.
Yeah, wonder if we'll see any digs into 3 and 6 here now that Patrick has that. So he game overed, and he went a different way. It's a little stuttery on our side. I don't know what's happening here. Patrick's having... Are you seeing that as well?
I was watching Animus try to take down an orange and red Dyer at the same time, and it just wasn't working. Oh, and we have a vanilla shuffled east. Interesting.
Oh, boy. Yeah, Patrick is back now. I don't... He was a little stuttery for a moment for me there on the west. I don't know what direction he chose that was different the second time, because both of them chose the same path the first time, which led to a one-sided Saria block, it looked like. And I don't know if Bagu was available. I think Animus was looking for a Bagu to get us across, but didn't seem to be there. So I think he's going to head back out and follow in the footsteps of where Patrick had just been.
Wow, do we have 2 towns in the middle of Death Valley?
That's a perfect place to build. That's prime real estate, so I don't...
New Kasuto, even, which will give us ferry for free, and Grandma's letting us in on 6 jars, and hey, there's the candle, okay.
Yeah, so this early on could be useful, especially when we see something like Risen P-Bag Cave, You can kind of get a chance to see if there's any of the big eyeballs in there, and you can count more easily how many enemies are in that first cave, because that's going to indicate how many MOAs are present. If you don't have the cross, you can't see them. Or I guess even if you do have the cross and can see them, at least you'll be able to see them in a lit cave as well.
Now, the interesting thing about New Kasuto is Saria has spell. So we would have to... Well, actually with Fairy, we can now cross Saria and get spell if we really want to do that.
I don't actually... Some of these tiles that we step onto when they're used in spots that they're not normally used in vanilla, sometimes you can just step onto some of these tiles, step off, and walk actually through them. I don't know if that Wilson encounter is actually one of them when it's out of place.
Oh, and we get a hint for Hammer on Maze Island in Nibiru. And I think Nibiru has fire, and we're going to get it and see what it's linked to.
We did see, well, I saw on Patrick's side, we did see one hammer block cave. We'll probably see it very shortly on Animus' side as well. It's kind of, it's right by the Maze Island Bridge that seems to take us to the east. And yeah, I wonder if that's going to be a pass-through, if that's going to be an item cave. So we'll have to find out.
Oh yeah, Patrick can't quite cast Fairy yet. It's 98, so even with 6 magic jars, he can't go in and get its downstab.
So did he just straight up an 8 back to the west?
Yeah, he's straight up an 8 after getting fire and testing it.
Everything is happening so quickly, it might have something to do with his dash always on.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to follow.
Yeah, there's our hammer block cave. I don't know if that actually leads to... Oh, there's 2 of them. Okay.
Oh, and Animus is gonna dive this P3 or 6 with the magic key.
Yeah, if Patrick can get a Castle of Fairy very soon, then that's a downstab, and that's going to help him speed through palaces very, very quickly. Even though we have Dash always on, it's probably going to get us into trouble a handful of times, and without being able to skip things very easily, Dash always on might be somewhat of a detriment to begin with without downstab.
Okay, yeah, Fairy down to 66 at Magic 2, and we find the boots here, too. A lot of stuff in the west.
Yeah, we'll have to see if there's anything... Oh, Animus. Getting trolled by the Doom Knocker blocking the elevator here. What I was going to say was we'll have to see if there are any of the those two locations that are in the ocean in our Vanilla East. I wonder if those are going to be useful in our Vanilla Shuffled biome today. If so, those boots are going to be required. Although, luckily for Animus, not too deeply hidden.
We seem to have lost Patrick.
Too much dashing.
But, hey, that dashing gets Animus to Barba in a hurry.
He does
take a bit on attack 3.
Yeah, he also has a sliver of health, so if he takes a bop at any point in time, either hitting that hitbox, just hugging the dragon, or getting hit by the fire is probably an absolute goner if he doesn't fall into the lava as a result.
Also, beefy Barba today.
Yeah, always hard to gauge how good attack or life effectiveness is going unless you're or how well it's performing. If you're not doing the running yourself, it's really hard to gauge that from just a kind of audience perspective.
By the way, have I ever told you my favorite tongue twister from Nintendo Power back in the day when they were reviewing this game?
No.
Ooh, Animus up in A's. Yeah, they mentioned Barba's blistering breath and try to say that 10 times fast.
Interesting. I'd rather not make a fool of myself on stream, so we'll practice that one off stream. It doesn't a little off stream practice there. It doesn't roll too nicely off the tongue.
Yeah, I remember when, I first read that, I was like, were they trying for this ridiculous tongue twister? Yeah,
so I think Animus, he knows he's got to remember where the dragon's. I think the dragon's right at the top of this elevator here. He's going to go down first, I think.
Yeah, I think he's looking for the item.
Got another little hiccup on Big Picket's side, looks like. I wasn't sure. Okay, we're going through Saria now. He's back. Yeah, overall, in terms of exploration, Patrick has the advantage here. We'll see if there's something really big as the item in P6. If Animus gets that now, that could turn the tide a little bit later. But for right now, and Big Picket has that lead with just all the stuff he's got. And of course, the fairy spell essentially what seems to be being required to get across Saria here and show us the rest of the Western continent. Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, because there's going to be no Death. Well, okay, that's not true. We might have access to Death Mountain via the east through the raft tile, and so that could be where was the hammer? Was the hammer in Death Mountain, or was it in the east?
The hammer's in the maze. In
the maze. There we go. That's where it's at. So the raft tile could take us to the maze, could get us the hammer, and the hammer might actually open up something else on the west here. So that's possibly something, but it looks like Animus is going to get out of 6 and just, I lied. It's going into 3. I thought he was going to go east. I thought he was going to finish out exploring the continent here, but he wants to get into this palace, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But as we were talking about just a few minutes ago, that this could be the dash always on, getting us in trouble in a lot of these rooms. 2 rooms in, already taking a death here. That kind of hurts.
Those collapsing bridges really sound kind of nasty with the dash on.
I was just about to ask. I don't know what palace we're in here on Big Picket's side. This would be the one that's on the other side of Saria, though.
Well, it's not 4. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see if we see any windows in here, because I didn't catch the entrance either. Oh, P2 chat's saying.
Okay. And we did just see a glove block on Animus's side at the bottom of that one elevator.
Once again, Helmet Head rolls incredibly weak. Someone needs to check the RNG.
Yeah, he tends to not roll very high. It's pretty rare he's got a full set of health. So Animus actually did find a loop back around to the other side of that glove block. The drop seems to take him right back to the Crumble Bridge room, and so he's not made any progress, but at least learned that information that the glove block is not going to be important. Animus did not kill Barbara. No, he took a death, fell into the lava, up and 8 out of there. That would have been his last life, and then tried to find the item. Seemed to be unsuccessful in finding the item, and then just got out of P6. Probably going to head back later with a better attack. Attack 3 seemed to be kind of low. Oh, he misses the jump without the glove. He's going to have to take a death. That's his final life. Up and A's out of 3. Wow.
Doesn't even go back to try for Barba. Oh, no, he moved over to 3 at that point. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, meanwhile, Patrick, looks like is... I'm a bit surprised he's not just trying to get a little bit more experience to take an attack level on his gem. And he seems to actively be digging for the item instead.
Okay, so that's what's happening here. I wasn't sure. I didn't see Helmet Head marked, and I was pretty sure he killed Helmet Head, but just hadn't placed the gem yet. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, so the points from Helmet Head gave him attack 4, and so I could understand wanting a bit more experience to make sure that placing the gem gives you attack 5, but he's definitely digging for the item now rather than simply taking his attack 5 and going back in.
2 back-to-back elevator rooms there, almost trolling him. Seeing that door the second time, though, lets him know that he hasn't been in that room just yet. Okay, so I lied. A fairy not required to get across Saria. There was a Bagu opening as Animus has just grabbed it and will likely be headed back towards Saria. Still has not seen the east or gotten the fairy spell. Well, I guess out of Nukusudo. Especially he hasn't gotten the spell out of Nukusudo because he's not been to the east yet.
But he has gotten both of the magic jars in the west, so that'll be good when he goes to Nukusudo, since we don't know if the sixth one might even be required for the... I mean, okay, fine, the lamp's just kind of nice.
Oh, I wasn't aware that Pick had found Bagu. He went to the east, had ferry, and that was the way that he crossed. As far as I know, internet was cutting out at that point in time, so I didn't see how he crossed the bridge.
But yeah, this means that when Patrick does go to the east, he'll be able to check Spell Tower as well in Nukusudo.
Yeah, that's very true. That could be a required double dip for Patrick. Still not finding the item here in P2.
As I say, I am just a little surprised that he's doing things this way, because if you find the item, then you need to trace back to the gem. You don't want to burn all that experience.
Yeah.
But here's the item room.
So this room, okay.
Yes. Oh, and he burned the experience for all that.
I was going to say that is a room that's okay if he opens the door and dies in. It shouldn't despawn the item. I've done some testing in that room. There are a few rooms that have some problems in the randomizer, and that doesn't seem to be one of them.
But yeah, Raft's certainly a good find.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm going to say it's not on the west, although it could be wrong. I don't know if we've seen every inch of the west just yet, but we know it's definitely going to be on the east. So we'll be looking around for our raft tile on the east.
Yeah, that could be our connection to Maze Island even.
Exactly. And if it is Maze Island, then it could be one of our hammer-blocked caves is a cave connector that'll take us to Death Mountain, assuming we even need to go there in this particular race. I don't know what... go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, now Patrick is farming this experience just so he can get Attack 5 when he places the gem. There we go, now he can finally go and place that gem.
It's always nice when those heads are worth 20. They can be as low as 5. It takes a little bit longer to grind off of.
Isn't 5 the vanilla value so they can be as low as 2?
I don't have an answer to that.
I think those heads are 5 and can therefore be as low as 2.
That can be as worth nothing as far as I know. So probably, yeah. Opting not to grab shield? Was that shield in old Kasuto? We don't want shield?
I think fire may be shield.
Oh, okay. That makes perfect sense then. Yeah, and we were talking about that Death Mountain entrance maybe behind a hammer-locked cave. It's not, though. We see that Animus is digging around in Death Mountain. Not having the hammer, though, so no spec rock for him. He either hasn't seen that Maze Island bridge and maybe thinks that this is where the connector lies, and he may be right. The connector, if there were another cave connector here, it would be to Maze Island, or I guess to another part of the west, which would be really trolly. But hoping for maybe a Maze Island connector. Otherwise, we know that it's not going to lead us to the east in this one.
Yeah, it's too bad Animus hasn't found the connector to the east, because that could open up a lot for him. And it would get him that fairy spell, which would be pretty big.
Yeah, and I feel like he was right there. He was right nearby there, because Big Picket didn't do any fancy acrobatics or cave connections to get there, I don't think. And so it seems like it was right there on the coast. it just, Animus has not seen that section yet. Yeah, so again, candle, not really necessary for these runners, but of course, very nice to have, especially with dash always on. So you know kind of what you're approaching at 120 miles an hour.
Oh, there's the raft tile, and there is the Maze Island connection.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. So the raft leads us to Death Mountain and is not going to take us anywhere useful. And it's going to have to be Big Picket digging around in Maze Island. Although, does it look like we're partially blocked here? Oh, no. I misread that. I thought we had a boots locked Maze Island, which is incredibly rare, but always fun to see.
I was actually starting to wonder that too. But yeah, it looks like so far we can get around. And Patrick, well, the raft did get him to Maze Island a lot faster because it's right next to the raft tile.
Yeah.
So
he's also got the boots from Magic Container Cave, so he's going to be able to just cruise along the river here. But we know at least the hammer's here. I don't know if we have any other hints for any of the second item. Or for the double scorpion for Animus. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh, this is dash always on. This is why this is. I'm not sure I would have agreed to this on a race that I wanted to win a third one for to try to get into brackets. Dash always on can be very troublesome.
Well, maybe the loser of this race will think better of it next week.
So Animus back in 3, and we'll see how far he gets. Still no trip to the east, still no fairy spell, no jump spell. That means no down stab. Not that Rebo is going to be hard. It's that getting to Rebo without taking a bunch of damage and losing some lives along the way potentially is what's going to be more tricky.
And Patrick did find the hammer in Magic Jar Dropdown.
Okay.
And here's Child Dropdown. Gonna say no to a heart container.
Yeah, he's very beefy right now. Animus has 5. That's going to be 1 from the west. And I guess Big Picket has found 2. 1 in the east and 1 here on Maze Island.
I didn't catch what palace it was, though, here on Maze Island, but no reason for Patrick not to do it.
I think it's got to be 5 here, since he already did 2.
Yeah. Right, of course. As soon as that's out of my mouth, he goes into it.
Yeah, so attack 5, life 4 with 7 containers and a shield spell. I think Gooma's going to be pretty easy. Some people don't like to fight Gooma with dash, and interestingly enough, I find Gooma to be a pretty easy fight with dash. So we'll have to see how Big Picket handles this, and here's our item.
That is one heck of a glitched Gooma and very low health. Or is that... Oh no, is that like Horsehead guarding the item chamber?
It's a Horsehead wearing a Gooma skin.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's the medicine. That'll get us jump. Probably not going back for that at this point. But you never know.
That's nonsense talk, Drossi. We always want jump for GP. Dash.
At least up stab.
Yeah. We're seeing some of these 4-tile jumps just made completely just simplified with this dash spell here.
Animus has found Rebo.
Yeah, I would say the dash spell probably makes Rebo a little bit easier. You can close the gap on him a little bit better. Although here,
I would say down stab makes Rebo a little easier, and not having gone to the east to get fairy, Animus doesn't have down stab.
All right, correction. Dash makes a down stabless Rebo a little bit easier. Yeah, you can close that gap on Rebo real fast. Just don't take a beam. Oh, Animus has got, I think, he's got a life spell somewhere along the way. Other than that,
Yeah.
he must have.
I think Rauru.
Okay. Oh, those beams.
I didn't see where Rauru was. Oh, he just gave up on Rebo. Dang.
That was a game over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's got the dash spell and he's speedy. He's very speedy on the up and A before seeing the game over screen on his final life, taking that death.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that he's focusing on the palaces before doing some more exploration because Patrick's just widening his lead.
Yeah, because we'll have to ask him what do you think you're missing? Like, where would the other connector be at this point? It's going to have to be, he saw the raft, or maybe he thinks it's the raft. Maybe he thinks it's the raft that's going to go east, and because he's only seen that in Death Mountain, so maybe now he's digging palaces thinking he needs to grab the raft out of one of these.
And that is a glove block for Patrick. We don't know if we're going to need the glove. Chances are relatively high that we'll need it in GP at some point.
Yeah, we did see that one glove blocked room on Animus' side in P3, but moments later he found the other side of it. So we'll see if it's the same situation here in P5 for Patrick. I think, maybe not. Okay, so, nope.
Actually, I was just thinking, chances are nearly 100% we'll need the glove for GP, because when do you not see, a chicken and waffles room at some point?
Yeah.
Oh, those boots making Death Mountain much easier for Patrick.
Yeah, he's got the hammer. So we're looking for a rock. We're looking for a hammer cave potentially. Probably wanting to find the rock first. Much quicker and easier check than going in 4 screens into hammer cave and then having to walk back out and then find the rock. Yeah, but Patrick doesn't know that the other side, at least I don't think he knows that the other side is going to connect him back to the west. Oh, he at least knows it's not going east, and I guess he didn't see another cave on Maze Island, so I guess logically speaking, he would know that it does eventually lead back to the west.
Oh, and there's Beckrock.
Okay.
Vanilla.
Not going to turn down another magic container, though. Oh, not looking for Hammer Cave. Okay. I think we are going to be turning in our medicine for jump. Yeah, it's a quick trip, though. It's like, you're moving at 120 miles an hour. You're just this 3-screen trip is not that bad.
Yeah, suddenly crossing Mito and Darunia isn't as bad as it used to be.
I think we're doing some grinding on Animus' side here off these drippers. We get orange iron knuckles. I don't know how much they're worth, though. This is probably, in my opinion, this is like the trickiest room to do this in because where you have to come from, they take 2 hits as well, even at attack 3. Wow, attack 3 must be pretty bad.
Orange iron knuckles are 100. That's a pretty good grind.
Yeah, I think he wants an attack 4. I think that 960 is an attack 4.
Yeah, that looks right.
But the reason this is hard is because you can't get that leverage. You can't get that jump attack very easily off of this, the higher point that you come from. They're on the ground stabbing at you. And so you have to sometimes eat some damage falling down there if you're not able to push them back.
That 960 was life 5.
Okay.
And now we're going for attack 4.
Yeah, so it must have been that attack 3 was just doing really bad, especially not one-shotting our dripper enemies by then. They have such low health that attack 3 should probably be doing that. We did get a reverse fairy cave check, pass-through check here on Big Picket side, but it doesn't seem like there's anything up here. Oh, there might be. Oh, Animus.
Animus is just not having good luck today.
Oh, they're high-fiving with each other right there. Okay.
But P4, no, we still need the trophy to get Reflect.
Yeah,
I think the trophy and the glove are really the only things we still need.
Yeah. And maybe the flute. I was thinking maybe the flute we need because the River Devil is blocking us from moving north on the eastern continent. But did we explore all the pass-through caves just yet? I know we saw one pass-through cave used on Big Picket's side, and it took him from Valley of Death to from somewhere not useful. And so that might be all we have access to. We might need the flute at this point. But whoever's going to find that first, Big Picket is in much better condition here overall. If he sees the same room that Animus just saw, Animus up and 8 out of P4 because he was in a fairy/jump block palace room, and having neither one of those, he had to just get out of there. But Patrick, obviously having both of those, he'll be able to push through that room if that is indeed our our item. Although I'm totally wrong on what palace he's in. He's in P6 and not P4.
Still, attack 5 might give him a better Barba fight.
Yeah. And Barba, I think, is actually just to the left of start. So he might be in here a little bit, unless this is a dead end. So he might turn around very quickly here. But I don't think we ever saw the item out of 6. I don't know if we've seen an item room successfully found on
Patrick got the raft from the P2 item room.
No, I mean on Animus' side, because he was
on Animus. Yeah, no, I don't think we have.
Yeah, being in 3 and 6 early, we still don't know like what happens to be in these two palaces.
And Animus continues to dig Death Mountain without the hammer, unless he's specifically planning on going to Maze Island.
Yeah, I don't know if Animus got the hint for the hammer. I don't know which one of the runners got it or if they both saw it. I don't remember which one showed it to us.
Yeah, I can't remember either or where it was.
I want to say I thought I saw Hammer Cave way down in the southeast corner. It was a very quick glimpse, though, on Patrick's side. And I guess we're not concerned about Hammer Cave, but
I think it was north. Well, not half. Sorry, the drop down with the hammer, I think, was in northeast of Maze Island.
Okay.
And there goes Barba.
All right, 35 minutes in, and we've got P2, P6 down for Patrick. I think he's having a better time with that attack 5 than Animus was with that attack 3.
Just a bit. Whoa, almost missed that jump.
Saw that.
So Animus's hammer is going to be incoming very shortly.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not going to be like anything super progression for what he needs. That 7th magic container we know is not going to be necessary to get into the basement of Nukasudo. It's not going to be the glove that he wants to find. It's not going to be, I don't know what he thinks, possibly the raft. He thinks the raft might be in play to go. Well, I guess it is in play. Going to the east at this point. So that is technically his access point to the east, but that Maze Island Bridge continues to evade him right on the eastern side of the western continent. And the longer it stays like that, the longer, the further he falls behind. But seeing as we need the glove here, he's not out of it until Patrick finally finds that glove and is really able to just have complete free reign over all these palaces.
And the trophy.
Yeah, that's true as well. Patrick did not go back for a spell tower check just yet, has he?
No, we have not seen spell tower.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure the hammer is over somewhere on the right side of Maze Island. But Animus just keeps seeing the child cave.
We need to see if Big Picket's going to be able to make it through some of these tougher rooms here. He's got, there it is. That's nice. Oh, he's going to take the mason.
Okay, Animus finally gets the hammer.
The mace from the Doom Knockers, always trolling everybody. I forget about it all the time as well, that mace is a boomerang, actually. It's both a boomerang and a mace.
Yeah, it's just rude.
Well, you think you take the Doom Knocker down, or you think you jump over it and escape him, and then the mace comes back to just smash you in the face, and that hurts. Wow, Animus, okay, he's going to cast a little... No, he's not going to cast life just yet. This is kind of a tough fight. Okay, he's got it. It's annoying to fight those Zoras, those little 4 quadruped dinosaur things. Patrick down to his final life here, getting killed by this blue Iron Knuckle, says, I'm going to skip it this time. Still looking for that item in 6.
Jeez, I saw those posts, and my first thought was, oh, they put Hammer Cave in P6.
Yeah, all of the... Oh, here's our item room. All of the Death Mountain rooms have been repurposed into palace rooms and they're classified as community rooms now. So Big Picket's on his final life here. Hopefully he doesn't take too much damage and is able to get this rebuff. If you can get him in the corner, you can down stab spam the crap out of him in that low ceiling area if you can get in there.
Doesn't even need to. Vanilla Cross. How about that?
Yeah, so not what he's looking for. He wants that glove. So I think we're going into P3 next. Okay, is Animus going to be the first to show us these caves? I think so. This is Trophy Cave. I don't think we've seen this yet. We've got 2 boulder-blocked caves here on the west.
Yeah, that's the flute. We definitely haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, that's hot right there. That's a good item. He just needs to find the east first. He has no idea that he might be... Well, he might be thinking possibly 3-Eyed Rock on the east. I don't remember what Patrick showed us down there, whether the palace was exposed or whether it was actually blocked behind 3-Eyed Rock. If anyone remembers that.
I think it was exposed.
Okay. Yeah, that can happen in this flag set. Okay, it was Great Palace. Okay.
And Animus finally getting his boots, probably wishing he'd had those a while sooner. Don't you hate when you can't get the P bag because you don't have downstab? Oh, he manages. Okay.
Yeah, it's tricky. You can. I think there's like one spot it can be to where you can't get it, but most spots you can get it if you just try hard enough. It depends on how bad you want it. So there's one more boulder block cave. It's just southwest of here. He sees the Maze Island Bridge. Finally, he's going to get on there. 40 minutes into this game, Big Picket saw this, I don't know, 15 minutes in, something like that. Very, very early on in this game. So here he is. He's going to be the first to show us up north.
But that'll also take him away from New Kasuto and his fairy spell.
Ah, very true. Quick and easy P1 here, sitting just north of the flute block. Item K for Big Picket here. What's he got? What's P3 got? Wow.
Outlaw magic.
Yeah, so he's good on magic for sure at this point. I mean, we're maxed. We're totally maxed, and the glove still evades us. Item room in P1.
You were saying about the glove.
Oh, this could turn things around right here. If Patrick does not... Well, Patrick will maybe eventually head back towards the Maze Island Bridge for the east. And maybe he will want to do that spell tower check. And then he'll see the hammer blocked cave. He'll see its trophy cave. He'll get his flute. And that'll open everything up for him then. And so that'll be... If he takes... Again, the longer he takes to do that, the more chance that Animus is going to continue to close this gap here. But I think he's just going to, I think Big Pick is just simply in here for Rebanak. He's going to get into Rebanak, out of Rebanak, and get out of this palace. Rebanak cannot be that much deeper into here. And I doubt Horsehead is much deeper here in P1 either.
Yeah, Animus is certainly in... Ooh, finds a dead end. Certainly in good position, though, for getting attack 5 before he places the gem. Then he'll have to figure out what he wants to do besides that. Probably life 5 just because of the better experience boost than Magic 3.
Yeah, without the fairy spell. He can't cast fairy until Magic 3, I think it was, right? Was that 3 or 4?
No, I think Magic 2 was enough.
Oh, okay.
Oh, but he's out of P1.
I don't know what he saw. We must have missed it. I mean, certainly wasn't a glove block. I guess it could still technically be a jump fairy block that he saw somewhere. Big Picket is about to find his flute if he goes into this hammer blocked cave without going east. And that is going to open things up for him. Animus did not have enough time, I think, with the flute to make any real gains here. Especially if he is jump or fairy blocked in P1.
Wow. He was down at like 1 life bar in cast life, so life is restoring like 5 bars. That's ridiculous.
That's always nice to see. That's the maximum in the rando. Anywhere between 1 and 5 with this flag set. Yeah, so I don't think Patrick is going to find Horsehead, and I think this is the way to the item anyway. But if he finds Horsehead first, I don't think he's just going to say, yeah, I'm out of P1. I'm looking for the glove, but I'm going to leave P1. So I don't think, well, here's our item. Patrick's going to find it anyway, but I don't think that would have been the way that worked out.
But yeah, P1's so small. Animus's problem was he didn't go right last time.
Yeah. He got his attack 5, though, and unfortunately places the gem for just a 330. So the only thing Patrick's missing at this point is going to be the trophy. We know it's in the east. We have both items. No, I think we saw Sunken. We saw Sunken on Patrick's side. Risen is right here on Animus' side, of course, through the flute. It was a jump fairy block right here as Big Pig is showing us here in P1. Wow, that is really going to kill off Animus' potential momentum here. Oh, we need the child as well. Thunder's Darunia, and we need Trophy Reflect. Okay, we still got to...
Oh, wow, yeah, I hadn't even thought about Thunder. Right, Darunia is the one town we haven't seen, so process of elimination.
Yeah, we're still playing collect the stuff, it seems. Okay, so it wasn't a jump fairy block in P1 then, as Trails is saying in chat. They're just moving through these rooms so quickly. When we see that, I have no idea why Animus stepped out of P1 without finding Horsehead, and I just assumed that when we saw that room on Patrick's side, that was the reason why.
Oh, yeah. Animus is going to get the child hint. I was going to say, what's he doing here? Since he doesn't have fairy or jump, can't get up stab.
I hope Guma sits on the child. Nope.
Meanwhile, Patrick's placed his 4th gem.
So I forgot what Animus just showed us what was in Risen P-Bag Cave here. Nope. A vanilla P-Bag. So what does that leave? That leaves Water Tile, which we're seeing right now on Animus' side.
Okay. That's required.
All right, so we got water tile trophy, and then we just need to find the child, which is always also in the east, probably in the spell tower. And if it is, that's going to be really well. They both have spell. They both have spell at this point. So, yeah, Animus just needs to find new Kasuto, which he eventually will. And well, I guess not on the west, he won't. But Big Picket knows where that's at, and he knows that check is definitely on his list of things to figure out. So probably won't be too much longer before he's there.
Oh, the medicine is in P. Oh, yeah, we knew that from Patrick's side. Never mind.
All right, so Animus back in P3 here. It's funny that the water tile in its vanilla spot. It's always funny to see a vanilla shuffled map and then have things shuffled in their vanilla positions. There's one time, I'll give a call out to a seed that Trails was playing. There's one time Trails walked out of North Palace on the west, and it just looked straight vanilla because North Palace had shuffled to its vanilla location to start with. And from there, it was complete nonsense. It was like, oh, wait, this isn't vanilla. This is vanilla shuffled. All right, so I think whenever Animus gets to Rebo here, he is going to have not much of a difficult time here. Finally, attack 5. Oh, good. Misses the dash spell, man.
Jeez.
It's wild. It is so wild. I have such a hard time playing with the dash spell. I play on a very large screen myself, and it's really not the best quality screen, and sometimes it doesn't have the best... It just has some ghosting on it from time to time, and it's a little blurry at that fast speed, and it's just really hard for me to stare at the screen with dash always on.
And here's the answer to our question about Spell Tower.
Yeah.
Oh, that is the child, so that is go mode for Patrick.
Yeah, so he's got the trophy. He's to turn that. Well, he's probably going to head back up to Darunia now, I would imagine. Get and not have any reason to go back to the north section of the east, and then hit up Rudo, wherever that was, and grab Reflect, do P4 on the west, come back to Maze Island. He's still got to do P5. That was a glove block as far as we could tell from both of our runners. Or I guess Animus didn't dip in the 5, whatever it was. I think Big Picket showed us it was a glove block. And then he'll be back over here in the east to do GP. And we'll be done in the next, 8 to 12 minutes. At this dash always on speed? Yeah,
I guess depends how quickly he can clear GP, right?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how much trouble he gets himself into in GP with dash always on.
Well, as long as he goes left from the entrance, it should all be fine, right?
Oh, man. All right, we're also going to grab upstab as well.
Might as well. Much as we degrade it, there is that one room in GP.
Yeah, and I don't know how familiar Big Picket is with the skip as it is. Plus, even though he's got 8 magic containers, sometimes you just don't want to be wasting the magic on jump and fairy to get through there. I don't think those are too expensive at this point in time, but he's probably only going to have magic 6 after these next 2 palaces. So if it doesn't come down too far, if it's not down already, kind of hard to tell. These guys are in and out of their menus in half a second at a time, so I can't tell the cost of fairy.
Yeah, so here's Ruto for Reflect. For Patrick.
And Barba round 2 for Animus. Are we doing jump strats? Oh no, we're doing healer self-up strats. Man, that dash spell sure does let you get very close to Barbara's hitbox like that. You just shoot in like a bullet.
Oh! No!
I don't know if that's a dash thing. Kind of probably threw him off balance a little bit. You're moving at a fast speed, so you're trying to keep yourself on those little platforms and make sure you can hit the dragon in the face.
Well on his way through P4. I don't know if we ever actually found the way to Karok in here. I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Oh, well,
I guess Karok was pretty easy to find.
yeah, I was definitely not watching the path to Karok, so I'm not sure. I wanted to see this. I wanted to see Barba round 2 here.
Well, this will keep Animus 2 behind on the gem count.
Oh, no, 3. 3. He's still got 2, 4, and 5. Oh,
Yeah,
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yes, but yes. Yep, math.
Yes, 3 minus 1.
Oh, Big Picket's internet's not doing so hot again. Oh, no. This is where he's secretly putting in some Game Genie codes no one can see. I don't actually know what the rules are here. I would imagine that as long as people are recording locally, if something like this happens, you would just review the local recording, and you wouldn't be able to determine a window right at this point in time. But after local recording was then compared to the stream,
I think Krista's refreshing the whole thing to try to get Patrick back.
Okay, I'm going to refresh to make sure I'm in sync then. Which means I lose chat. So all the questions that were pointed at me, I've completely missed them. Yeah, Karok must have not been too deep because Animus also here with Reflect taking on Karok. Still no fairy spell though, which is really unfortunate. It's not the end of the world. I guess he will eventually find it. I don't think there was a palace in that direction though. But he knows he's missing the spell. He knows he's missing whatever locations he's still missing. He knows those. And so he's just got to get back to the east. I guess he just wanted to clear out the west, go to the east. He knows that 5 is on Maze Island. And then that just means that GP, which I don't think he has seen yet on the east, is over there. But it's not too far off from what we know. And I just want to make sure that we've completely lost Patrick again. It seems
we do seem to have lost him, unfortunately.
Yeah, I can see the link is off in the race room as well. This is what happens when you're redlining the internet.
It's all the dash spell's fault. Well, we can admire the stained glass windows of P5, right? This will get Animus the medicine, which of course we know we don't necessarily need, though the jump spell's nice. Great, we've lost Patrick and Mirai. So yeah, we never did see the route to Guma, so hopefully Animus can find it. I'm going to assume Patrick's already found it. Would just be nice to know, like, is Patrick in GP now? Probably. Animus really getting bodied around by these enemies, though. Oh, apparently Patrick said in the race room a good 45 minutes ago that his internet was acting up, so...
Yeah, so I think I'm here.
Yeah, but at least if it's Patrick's internet and not anything about, like, his computer or anything, then he should have a perfectly good local recording, at least.
Yeah. All right, so this is the room that Patrick had shown us earlier was a glove block, and we never saw the other side of it. So this must be a pass that's required.
And Animus doesn't have Fairy to get himself out of those binds.
This is not the worst configuration you could see in this room, but the Bago Bagos are going to troll you a little bit here, as well as everything else currently on this main island platform. Yeah, at least you could let the Bago Bagos go flying past you.
And let the Stalfos take a lava bath on its own.
Yeah, if there's raw heads in here, they just keep coming. If there's square wave heads in here, they just keep coming and they pile up, and that's terrible.
Yeah, the square wave heads always drove me absolutely crazy. They would just, you know, surround me.
Yep. Does Animus does not have jump yet, so that's right. He just got the medicine for, so he might be going back to the west, or he's going to take a super gamble that GP doesn't have a down stab block, and he might just be full on team up stab this time.
And just to reiterate for chat, Patrick's internet is down. His own stream is down. We can't get a feed.
Guma with a very interesting color combination here, palace and curtains. It kind of works, but it's weird.
Very yellow.
He's kind of in the pastel feeling. He's feeling, you know, lighthearted, free mind. I mean, the man has his shirt off, so.
If you were that beefy, you'd have your shirt off too.
All right, well, that's a Guma. It's a Subway restaurant from Crumb there in chat. Perfect.
Looks like unless something strange happens, we're going to be at 5, 6, 7. I'm assuming that's what Patrick's at as well.
Yeah, probably. Unless Animus does some finagling, or if we get some 500-point P bags and some, I doubt it. I don't think Helmet Head was that far into P2, so it's probably not going to be that much of a experience boost anywhere along the way.
To answer chat, Thunder is in Darunia. The child is in Spell Tower in New Kasuto.
Okay, I was waiting for chat to give us the answer there, the ZSR bot. So Big Picket has gone ahead and finished the race in the race room. And Animus has forfeited from there. So...
yeah, unfortunate that we won't get to see GP.
Yeah, at that speed, though, it seems like it probably was pretty short, given that, well... I guess Big Picket would have already been done with all of his turn-ins, all of his collections at that point. And all he had to do was just go back to Maze Island, which was a quick little trip from the west, and finish Guma off. And he knew the way already, unless he completely forgot. He did know because he was in there. He saw that glove block before. So he knew he had to go that way. And Guma didn't seem too far beyond that. So I guess it could have been a potentially quick P5 for Big Picket, and then into GP, which was just Three-Eyed Rock, and I don't know, 5-6 minutes maybe. Dash does make some of those rooms pretty short, so
that's true. Though Thunderbird's still Thunderbird. Presumably he had a good Thunderbird fight. I wonder if we can get them in here for interviews anyway.
Yeah, so apparently it sounds like he must be connected via like his phone or something at this point, it sounds like.
Oh, I was thinking carrier pigeon. Yes, if nothing else, if we can do an interview, we can ask the runners what they were thinking with putting Dash on.
Animus announced it as if it was going to be a big event. I was a little afraid for them, though, knowing that, again, can end up just being a damage magnet. I know both of these runners said to agree to that, and I don't think either one of them were coerced into it. They both are, I think, fans of Dash Always On from time to time, so it was probably a pretty easy sell, whoever brought it up.
So besides guaranteeing a non-vanilla Death Mountain, what other flags do they have on for this?
I think that's it. I looked at the flags here, and I still have them up, I believe.
Okay.
Let me just look over these really quick. Yeah, that's it. Just tournament with Dash Always On and no vanilla DM. So pretty standard, minus that Dash Always On.
Yeah. And honestly, a pretty nice seed, all things considered.
Yeah, not too bad. Animus in chat, GG. Big Picket in chat, GG.
Hey. GG, congrats. Congrats to the next rando champion.
Thanks. Sorry about those internet problems. I'm still figuring out what went on.
We just wish we could have seen GP.
I've got a recording that I can upload.
Because then Animus forfeited, so we never saw GP from either of you.
I figured I was pretty far behind at that point. I had a very rough beginning, and playing like that's not going to win you anything. So
Yeah, it was unfortunate.
I was like 20 minutes away, so
you never made it to New Kasuto, which was in the Valley of Death, as I recall.
Yeah, it was over in one of those like side tiles where they have a magic refill or something normally.
yeah. Well, when I decided to up A in the east, I did that intentionally because I knew that I was going to have to go back to the west to pick up Reflect to clear out P4 anyway. So I just decided to clear all that out before I went back to the east. That's why I never made it to any other part of the east at that point, because I knew I was going to have to go exploring there afterwards.
Yeah, and Spell Tower had the child, so New Kasuto was doubly necessary.
Yeah, I knew it was in the east somewhere, since the hint said it was in the east, so that was another reason why I updated, was because, well, you know, we're in the east, so I'll just deal with the east stuff when I get back to the east, so I thought it made sense. But yeah, it just didn't work out today. The low attack got me pretty bad. It's been a little while since I played with Dash, so you know some of those things I enjoy. Dash always on, so I still had a great time. This was my favorite tournament race by far, just to get to show off and have a little fun time with the Dash stuff. Just wish I had played a little bit more up to Big Ticket's level today.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this seed too. Just like him said, Dash always on. It was always fun to play.
I was.
Say.
Yeah, well, coming back to the beginning of the seed, it was that Big Picket found the Maze Island Bridge pretty early on in the seed overall. You both routed the same way on the west, saw the backside of Saria, and then I think Big Picket, you were up and A-ing out of there, and you went the other direction on the west. You didn't dig any of the palaces or anything like that. You went straight to the other direction on the west, which led you to the Maze Island Bridge. So you were east very early on. You saw the vanilla shuffled east. You knew what the picture of the biomes would look like from there with the connectors at that stage, or at least mostly how that would play out, what the raft tile was going to take you to and whatnot that you hadn't verified yet. But seeing the east, you knew that it was at least coming from the east. You might need the raft and things like that. You found New Kasuto. You got Fairy early on, and that is what allowed you to get through some of those rooms in those palaces as well. Animus, you were digging in the palaces early. You showed us the jump and fairy blocked rooms that were at least present in one of the palaces that you couldn't finish all the way. And the fact that you couldn't get downstab for a while. I don't know if you had the idea of going back to get downstab at this point, or if you're just going to try to YOLO it into GP, team up stab 100%. What was that choice going to be there at the end?
No, I picked up jump and down stab.
Oh, did you? Okay. Did I must have just missed it.
That was the last thing I did, was I picked up jump and down stab. I was on my way back to the east, and I saw Big Ticket finish, so.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the thing about not having gotten Fairy, because Patrick had downstab at like 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah, I didn't find the Fairy town pretty. I never went south in the east, so.
Well,
I figured I had to play pretty aggressively, and, you know, just kind of, since the Maze Island Bridge town, or the Maze Island Bridge tile was pretty early on, if you just, you know, went up northeast, I figured, well, there's a flute block right here, so I might as well just explore what's up here first, because at least I know you wouldn't be able to explore that without the flute. I don't know, was that a Hammerlock flute? Was that a Hammerlock flute, or not?
Yeah.
Oh, it was, okay. Well, good, I guess. But.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as I was playing, I was thinking that if I was ahead, it would be either the fairy spell getting that early, kind of just walking straight there in the east by some miracle, or just immediately finding Maze Island once I got the raft. It seemed like those things unlocked everything for me, and then it was just back and forth navigation to get everything.
Yeah, I never, yeah, the low attack got me early. I didn't even realize until like 40 minutes in that I didn't even need to take Saria to get to that section of the west. So that was stupid.
Oh no.
So I kept looking. I did the thing I hate doing, which is looking through those stupid forest tiles for freaking Bagu, and then I finally found Bagu because you can't even get jumped or buried.
Bagu was the first forest tile I found, I think. So I just woke up lucky today, I guess.
I'm never lucky with those forest tiles. I always try to avoid all of them. They're just all evil.
We thought Animus, you were going to be able to catch up a little bit because you had that flute first. You even though Big Picket had the hammer for a good while, you didn't come back to the west in that section and check those hammer blocked caves. And Animus was the first one to do that and saw Trophy Cave, got the flute, and then you hit up the Maze Island Bridge for the first time, saw the east, and you went straight north through the River Devil because there was a palace right there. Happened to be P1, happened to have the glove in it, and we were like, oh, that might help close the gap because Big Picket had showed us a glove block in at least P5 at that point. And so we knew that the glove was going to be required somewhere, and we were thinking, okay, Animus, you know, we want to tell you to press the gas, but everyone's kind of got the gas pressed constantly with Dash always on here. So it's kind of hard to make up ground in that regard, but it wasn't too long before Big Picket was up in that direction and also found the flute and then also was in P1 and then did the same stuff you did up there just above the River Devil. So it wasn't that much, there wasn't that much time to be saved, unfortunately.
Yeah, the other bad thing I did, which I don't like doing this at all, but it was just with the way the low attack was for me today, was I was just grinding attack levels, and I hate doing that because I just know that loses a lot of time. But attack 3 just felt so bad today, and attack 4 didn't feel much better, so I just went out of my way to get up to attack 5, so yeah, I don't think that was the way to go either.
Well, I think Patrick did some grinding as well. Did you not there in P2?
Yeah, in P2, I ground, whatever, to get to attack 5 at the end of that palace, I think. And that's where I stayed attack-wise till the end.
Yeah, we couldn't tell whether it was just beefy bosses or beefy enemies versus low attack effectiveness or a combination of two. So it seemed like attack 3 was kind of sucking when we noticed that it was not one-shotting the dripper enemies, and we're like, okay, well, that must be that attack 3 is pretty bad at this point.
Yeah, I could tell it was it was really bad. Like I think I can't tell if attack 4 was that much better, but there was definitely a noticeable increase to attack 5.
I'm trying to think if there were any other points throughout this that seemed to be important that I mean, as Drossi said, it seemed kind of straightforward as long as you could find the Maze Island Bridge there that took you east, and you then had a better picture of both the biomes and everything involved. I will say that you didn't need the raft to get to Death Mountain. There was actually, I don't know if you saw this, Patrick. There was actually, Anime showed it to us that there was a cave on the west that led to Death Mountain that then it was a quick jog over to both where the raft tile and the Maze Island cave were at. So yeah, you didn't necessarily need the raft to get there.
Yeah, that's how I went on my second trip through. I think you just couldn't see that for some reason.
Yeah, that's true. We could not see that.
Yeah, I never found P2 or the raft, so didn't get that far. I did get a hint that the raft was at P2, but I never made it to P2 on these.
Yeah, P2 was somewhere in the southern east.
Was GP on the northern side, or is it also on the southern side?
GP was Three-Eyed Rock.
Oh, okay. Okay, so they were both on the south side, okay.
Yeah, no, it was exposed today as well, so no flute required for that, but it obviously, as you'd seen, flute was required to get above the River Devil. There were no pass-through caves that took you north of the River Devil, so it was definite flute blocked up there, but we don't really know what else was up there other than Darunia, Risen P-Bag Cave, and P1, if there was anything else of interest. Oh, and the water tile. I guess the water tile was up there with the trophy on it, which was Reflect. So I guess there were a handful of things up there that were required beyond the flute.
Yeah, and Thunder was up north too.
Yeah. But yeah, otherwise, pretty quick seed, especially with dash always on. Makes for a quick seed, or sometimes it makes for a slightly more dangerous seed, bopping into everything. That early down stab really helped Patrick a lot, as you were showing us that the blue iron knuckles and the doom knockers were they were somewhat plentiful in some areas, and they were a little annoying to get around at times without down stab and having dash on.
Yeah, I find some of the bosses like Warga, really all the bosses, just I feel like they have a little bit of a different timing when you have the dash always on, so that kind of got me a little early on as well, for sure. But yeah, I enjoyed this. I enjoyed showing this off. Actually, Victica and I discussed this a few months ago, trying to show this off in a marathon, so I'm glad that we got to show this off in a tournament setting.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we weren't picked for the marathon, but we offered.
Yeah, we tried.
Yeah, I'm always up for another one of these, so.
Yeah, me too.
Alright. I'm going to post a link to YouTube over in Discord. And thanks for commentating, and good game, Animus.
Yeah, great game to you.
Thanks.
Congrats on making it to the brackets. Have a great one.
Yeah, I can't defend the NIT championship now. Alright. Well, thanks again, guys. Good night.
Have a great one.
Have a good one. Any final thoughts, Strassi?
Nope. Just that I'm glad we could get to do comms together, even though the technical difficulties prevented actually seeing the end of the seed.
Yeah. Yeah, same though. But yeah, Krista.
Yeah, he was completely off. So he was offline completely. I kept refreshing that so many times that, my finger literally cramped from the amount of, retries on that. But he went completely down. So I apologize about that. But if they're not broadcasting, I can't restream it to you guys. So I deeply apologize.
I like how you're taking responsibility for Big Picket's internet.
I got to, man.
You work for the ISP.
Spectrum. And I have Spectrum, so I know the struggle, man. I know the struggle. I literally have a giga internet speed, and that bad boy will go 300 in a heartbeat. So, it's a disappointment city all over the place. But, Mariah, you want to close up on the commentator side before I take over doing that ZSR goodness?
I think we're done, unless I'm missing something. Thanks, everyone.
No.
Thanks, GG2R runners. Drossi, fantastic co-com. And Patrick is in whatchamacallit brackets, 3-1 now in round 4. Animus 2-2, hoping to get a win next week to get into brackets, or if not, he's going to be in the Brewer Invitational tournament if he wants that. He'll probably beating some people up down there in that tournament as well. So there's still plenty of Z2R to go around, and I think that's it. We got one more race coming up in a little while, but not. We're going to be, I think, going offline here in a moment.
Yeah, we actually will be rating in just a little bit. And when you mentioned that later one for 11:30, it's actually going to be your favorite duking it out commentators, which is me and Animus, taking that one over. So, it's going to probably be lots of late night shenanigans, team up stab versus team down stab. You know how that goes. And, thank you to everybody. Let me do my end spiel that I always give. Thank you to everyone that has worked so hard, so diligently in order to give our wonderful chat, those who view us on the video on demand, all of this goodness. With our runners, you guys are so talented that it keeps us on the edge of our seats. Plus, you showed us something we don't get to see very often, and that's dash always on. If it was me, I would have dove off a cliff. I'd probably die lots of times. But you guys made it look easy, so we appreciate that. To our tracker, Queen Royale, thank you so much for working so hard to track this. I really do appreciate it. And I'm sure chat and the viewers on demand will appreciate what you've done as well. And to both of our commentators, where do I even start? You two are a legendary duo. I mean, the knowledge base just blows my mind every time, and you guys never fail to impress everyone with your commentating skills. Not only that, it's always good when you have the guru, doing commentary because, it's the guru. So make sure you stay tuned tomorrow when the guru is going to be going against JJ Schmidt. So,
actually,
and Tadrasi?
That's Big
Yes.
Samu.
I know.
Oh, you said JJ.
Oh no, I said JJ Schmidt. Oh yeah, that's right. And I was the one who was cheering for you versus Slamu when Alan was doing the Forgive me, I'm having one of those days. I think that whole bottle of Coke I just inhaled, is finally starting to kick in. And on Drassi's side, maybe we're going to flip it up when you're restreaming and I'm going to be commentator for you. So, here we go. This is some ZSR newsreel action. And I am your host, Krista Joy, to tell you what's going to be coming up in the ZSR family. As previously mentioned, at 11:30 is going to be Zarnax 42 versus Shaddy in the Swiss Round 4, duh. And that's going to be broadcast, it looks like, ZSR 3. Nice. Okay, so they just assigned the channel. Wonderful. And right now, what's going on the other channels, we have the Majora's Mask Standard Tournament Winners Bracket Round 1 between the Guppy versus Alf. And let me tell you, I was peeping over there as one of the raids, and they have an extremely god-awful trash tier seed, so that's always fun. And then at 10 o'clock, which is going to be on ZSR 2 right now, we have the Link to the Past Casual Boots Tournament, the tiebreaker between Josh Bittner and Dakin. And they are in the beginning stages, and that's the one we're actually gonna raid, because most of us kind of like Link to the Past over Majora's Mask, because Majora's Mask is trash. And tomorrow, here's what we got. At 1 o'clock p.m., we have the Wind Waker Randomizer Season 5 Tournament Losers Bracket Round 1 between Rick Schmidt versus the Inquisition. Ooh, will they put Rick through some punishment? Stay tuned and watch out and see what happens. 2 o'clock, we have the Majora's Mask Standard Tournament Winners Bracket Round 1 between Breagle Bash and Brotenderdos. That's going to be a good one to watch as well. In the Wind Waker Randomizer Losers Bracket, we have Rick Schmidt versus... Did they literally put 2 different times for the same game? They did! Oh my goodness! Sorry about that, folks. Ignore what I just said. I have no idea when Rick Schmidt versus the Inquisition is going, because they have 2 different times, as if, oh, it's game 2, so they're playing back-to-back. Okay, they put that way in the notes where I couldn't see. So game 2 between Rick and the Inquisition is going to be coming on at 4 o'clock. They could have just put both in, whatever. And then at 5:10, we have the Skyward Sword Randomizer Season 2 Tournament. Swiss Round 2 between Raid Spinel and Mirage. And at 6 o'clock, which is the big one, you got to prep up for it. Got to get your popcorn, your water. Got to be hydrated. Take a workout and everything. Take a good shower. Moisturize. And then come in to watch at that 6 o'clock time Eastern Standard, Mirai versus the Big Kahuna, Big Slamu. And then, is this supposed to happen? We have a tentative at 8 o'clock, which is the Wind Waker Randomizer Challenge Cup. Winners Bracket Quarterfinals, Game 2, Jastinx versus Montgold. So that one may or may not happen. But that's what we have going on. You guys make sure that you come back and visit us at 11:30 time frame. You know, I like to open it up a little bit beforehand, and stay tuned for some shenanigans. But for now, we are gonna go raid Zelda Speedruns for and here's the code word that you guys are gonna use. Woo! It is Hera Basement Mirror Shield Hype. So go into Zelda Speedruns 2, wish for the Mirror Shield in Hera Basement, and you guys have a good night, and be back at 11:30. Bye-bye.